Hey, it's Tirza Ekholm from the Tirza Factor, coming at you on Facebook Live from beautiful, actually, Ute Pass, Colorado, which is just up the road a little bit from beautiful Colorado Springs, where I live and where I work. And I wanted to pop onto Facebook Live today to share some more tips for your business, for growing your business. And today I wanted to talk about the top 3 ways to for customer service to take really good care of your customers. The first one, probably one of my favorite, is number 1 is do thank your customers. Take every opportunity you can think of to thank your customers, not just for being your customers, but for sitting down to have a meeting with you, to have coffee with you. Whenever they like or comment on one of your posts, do take the time to thank them. I personally also like to send little cards and gifts, just to say, hey, I really appreciate you. I think you're amazing. Thank you so much for being my customer. Thanks for being involved in my business, in my life, and just saying thank you in general is a really, really good thing to do. So that's my top number 1 tip. Number 2 is personalization. So hello, Brooke. Brooke is in the house, so good to see you here. I love automation. In fact, I'm learning how to use some more automation tools in my business. But do make sure that your recipients don't get something that says "dear first name" or "dear friendly neighbor" or dear valued customer. How personal does that feel? I really hate receiving those things in my email, but even in my snail mailbox. I mean, it makes me feel so not valued. Honestly, they didn't take the time. Dear donor, dear, dear. You get the idea. Don't be generic. Get their names and address their names, and whatever automation you use, if you're not handwriting it yourself, make sure, go ahead and test it out, send something to yourself and make sure the system works, because there's nothing more embarrassing than sending out something that you really would not want to receive yourself. So hello, Sandra Romero is in the house. Good to have you here. My number 3 top 10 customer service tip is do not argue publicly with them. It doesn't matter if you're right. Just take it offline, take it to a customer support area, do address their issues, but you don't have to do it in a public forum. There's several reasons for this. One is you want to take the time to listen to what they have to say. People want to feel heard. Oftentimes, and an issue can be really easily and quickly resolved once you've taken the time to pick up the phone, call them, or a chat window or a text message or something like that, and take the time to figure out what it is that's really bothering them. If they're just trolls or spammers, then of course don't waste any time engaging with them. But if you do it in a very public form, in a public fashion, people are going to watch how you respond. And if you're being unprofessional, that's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember that you were right. They'll just remember how awful, how unprofessional you were compared to them. So that said, don't leave trolls and spammers comments on your page if you can avoid it. If it's a real complaint, do take the time to say, hey, I'm really sorry this happened. I'll do my best to fix it. And then pick up the phone and call them and deal with it. Deal with the matter privately. I just think that is so valuable. I really appreciate when somebody picks up the phone to give me a call or sends me an email and says, hey, I'm sorry you had that problem. What can I do to help? And if I'm wrong, then I'll be happy to let them know and just say, hey, I apologize. I misunderstood. I misread the directions. I didn't see that important button on the top of my page, whatever it may be. I just acknowledge it and move on. But this goes along with a couple of days ago. I talked about people leaving negative reviews. It's okay, but do go ahead and respond to them. Just don't turn it into a public boxing match. Nobody wants to see that. Or if they do, heck, they can watch it on television. So I hope you're finding these tips helpful. I'd be glad to jump on and I'm really happy to get on and share some of the things that I've learned in my years in business and how I've been able to grow my business successfully. And I've got 7 more of these top 10 customer service tips. If you'd like to have them, do drop me a private message. And if this is something that you like, go ahead and drop me a reply below, a comment below, and say, hey, this is the sort of comment information I'd like to be receiving from you. I would appreciate that as well. So this is Tirza Ekholm. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Lori Oaks, and have a wonderful day. And we'll see you around here soon. Thanks.